What's up, YouTube? I'm Mike, and today I'm back with another update video in the my road to 225 pounds cycle that I'm going to be running. Notice I've got my dark MAGA gear on. After the inauguration, I went wild on Amazon and bought up all kind of 45, 47 shirts, dark MAGA hats, MAGA shirts, like fucking everything, bro. I'm just like living on X and Instagram, posting every single thing that Donald Trump is doing right now. Somebody on X asked if Donald Trump or like a representative of his administration was to knock on your door and saying, you know, will you come join us right now? I was like, dude, I would kiss the wife and kids goodbye, hit the road. Just like, fucking give me an order, sir. What can I do for you? This guy is going, he is unhinged. As I predicted, I think things are going to get infinitely more exciting as the days and weeks come. I can literally lay in bed all day and just refresh my X feed and just see just one amazing thing after the other. Last I checked, the genius that runs Mexico was trying to prevent Trump's deportation planes from landing. And a lot of people were like, what do you think Trump's going to do about this? Well, what he did do is he immediately dispatched the 82nd Airborne, the 10th Mountain Division, and a fucking Stryker Division from our 4th Infantry that's got 300 armored fighting vehicles. So I think he's not fucking around, guys. I think he's not fucking around. I think he means business. And y'all better hit a knee and bend the knee and kiss the ring. But that all being said, this video, despite the MAGA gear, I may make some more videos later, is about my road to 225. I have another update for you already. It hasn't even been a week. So I committed myself, real quick recap, I committed myself to getting to 225 in the year 2025 back on January the 19th, which was 6 days ago. In the AM, on that day, I weighed 193 pounds in the morning, about 195.2 in the evening. Fast forward 6 days, and I woke up this morning at 206.2 in the morning. So what is that math, Sarah? 193 to 206. 13 pounds? 13 pounds of morning weight that I gained. I was up at 207 last night, and we're not even 7 days in, guys. So for everybody who's saying, oh my God, bro, there's no way you're gonna be able to go from 193 to 225. I may need to change the goal. Should we go 235? I don't want to get cocky. No. 245. She said 245. Done. 245, baby. We'll take it. The thing is that, like I said, obviously this is rebound gain. You can't get too excited. I am excited. Like, I'm excited to be getting back to my old shape as fast as possible. I said in my last video that I felt like 205 was going to be the floor, and the floor may be lower than that, because I very possibly, with a good day of eating and hydrating, given the fact that I woke up at 206 this morning, 206.2, we could see 210 this evening. That is well within the realm of possibility that we could see 210 this evening, which would put us 15 pounds from the goal a week into the process. Now again, though, you can't get too excited, because 215 is a weight that I have been stable at more than once. So really getting to 215 is really just getting back to around, I said 215. We might be at 210 tonight. Getting to 215 would be back to, about my peak conditioning ever, more or less. Like, I was holding on to, the highest I've ever been is 218. I was holding at about 216 right before calamity struck, and I got whisked off to the hospital with some as of yet still undiagnosed disease. So nevertheless, what does my training look like when you are sick for a week and then you have dental implant recovery for 2 weeks, and then you have a horrific stomach virus, and you emaciate yourself from 205, 207 down to 193. It really does not do a lot for stamina, guys. I'm still struggling in the gym. Yesterday was the closest I got to a full workout. I did chest yesterday, and while I had to go a little bit slower, I was able to put in an hour and 15 minutes, and I would have liked to have been able to get 2 more exercises in there. But I was starting to flag at about an hour and 15 minutes. I had a good number of working sets. I hit almost everything that I wanted to hit. My strength is coming back. It's still not at peak. But I'm starting to feel, I'm feeling 100% better. Already at 207, the way my body feels, having the pump back all over my body, the way my body feels laying on the bed, the size of me in our tiny little water closet toilet room, just everything about being back at this size has been a massive boost to my mood and my ego. Worth mentioning, I did have a little bit of a hiccup possibly with my estrogen. My wife, unfortunately, has been going through what seems like an eternity of a condition that we kind of thought we had nipped in the bud. She suffers well, let me back up. I suffer excruciatingly when she has what's called PMDD, premenstrual dysphoric disorder. The reason that she's on the particular hormone protocol she's on is trying to basically prevent all of those side effects. And we have got her dialed in with estrogen, progesterone, and what has now become a permablast or a permacycle of primobolan. We've got her dialed into a really good sweet spot where she has no periods, and generally she does not have excessive PMDD symptoms. But it's cyclical, it's cyclical. So, 1 month, when she gets into that time of the month, she'll be extra clingy and weepy. And sometimes she goes into what I call just zombie bot mode, where she sort of just checks out emotionally. So that was going on while I also, during the process of being sick, missed 1 estradiol injection. And then I was actually kind of going a little low on my pins. Usually I pin about 0.18 milligrams, and I was pinning 0.15 after missing a dose, and that was enough to tank my estrogen low enough that I broke my D. It wasn't totally broke, but it was shady. But most importantly, it really put me into that no estrogen disconnected state from my wife. So my wife is disconnected from me due to her hormones. I'm sort of disconnected from her due to my hormones. And we had an ugly week of it. It wasn't fighting, but it was just like, we were just like roommates in our own home, which is really miserable for she and I because we're usually attached to the hip. We're like 2 high school lovers that just can't get their hands off each other. That's like our typical mode of operation. And then all of a sudden something happens and she's like a stranger in my house. And it's really, it's a terrible fall from grace. It's a long way to fall from being as intimate as we usually are to non-existent. So thankfully that seems to have alleviated itself. I got my dosing right. She finally got her cycles finally coming back around to normal, and so we could both be a little bit more productive because that tends to throw shade on our entire mode of operation. So workouts are getting better. My strength is getting better now. At almost the 10-minute mark in this video, what am I currently taking? The attitude that I have, it's always with something like it's like an eyelash that I can't get rid of in the camera. It's just, every time, right? What my focus here is, if you remember, the reason I started this blast is because I was getting ready to off myself. I could not take living in this static condition. I was in this mode of I'm just going to maintain what I have and just focus on the wife and kids and the family and play board games. And again, I would love to be that guy, and I'm just not. I have to be always conquering something, chasing something. Work was not fulfilling that. it may be getting ready to. There's a lot of exciting things happening in my office that have actually taken a turn for the better, possibly. Should know more on that very soon. But I digress. The point is that the reason that I started this blast is because I needed some meaning and purpose in life. I just want to tell you guys that are in the comments. I love all of you guys who are in the comments responding to my videos, but you guys got to listen to the context clues. Okay? When I tell you that I'm going back on blast, and I absolutely do not care what the side effects are, and then I get 50 people in the comments giving me all these alternative ideas, I don't care about the consequences. I'm not doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or any other type of martial art that includes me getting sweaty and rolling around on a mat with another man. You guys might think that's cool. Good for you. I'm not throwing shade on anybody. I'm not trying to hate on anybody. If rolling around on the floor, hugging and squeezing and choking and pinning and mounting and I don't know if all of that is what you guys find to be a masculine pursuit, more power to you. But my brand is being brutally honest with you, and I think it is one of the single gayest fucking things you could do. It is just so grotesque to me to watch. I don't even want to play basketball with other grown dudes because I don't even want to be like, you know, like in the paint and have somebody sweaty like belly touch my face. Like, I don't want to touch other men at all, period, ever. Unless I'm punching you in the face, I would play football. Like, that's as close as I would get. So that at least between my body and theirs, there would be like lots of pads and armor and a cup, and the odds of anything looking too gay is like really low when you're like trying to kill each other. I don't know, man. All this martial arts just looks like a lot of like, you know what it looks like to me? It looks like homo foreplay. That's what it looks like. Like, I imagine this is just like exactly what gay guys do as foreplay to the final act. I'm just fucking with you guys, man. If you guys like all that shit, man, more power to you. Whatever gets you sane, whatever helps you cope with this insane world, man, I got no hate for you. Nothing but love for you. More power to all you guys. In fact, my doctor, who I love, my dentist who did my teeth, I think he does Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He was highly recommending of it. Least gay guy in the world. Super cool guy. So again, I'm not really trying to hate. I'm just saying, for me, for my money, if it's what, you know, I'm not doing it. It's just, you know, that's just not me. So I'm going to keep blasting. And so I want to blast as long as humanly possible because I want to be able to have meaning and purpose for long as humanly possible. Luckily, my wife is so sweet and dear to me. She just signed off on going to 245 instead of 225. So this blast could take 3 years. There's no telling now. So
anything to reach your goals, babe.
Anything to reach my goals. Hey, come show us your new shirt.
Yeah.
Can I see?
Trump girl, what's up? We got all the Trump swag and merch going on in this house. We work out at a gym that's like, I would say 97.5% Hispanic. And, I mean, there might not be anybody left here in a minute. I don't think they like my MAGA hat in there. And I don't give a fuck. So, okay, so enough rambling and yambling. Here's where we are at, compounds-wise. Somebody can timestamp this in the bottom for those on the short bus who can't listen to me talk the entire time. So right now, I'm taking, sorry about that. I just got through eating. It's one of the side effects of having fake teeth. There's all kinds of place for like a piece of rice to get and hide and sneak out on you. Thank God I don't go on any dates or shit with new girls. Because when I get through eating, the only way that I can get like any kind of stuck food particles out from like where my fake teeth are is to go like this. People at work are always like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Anyway, I digress again. So I'm on 4 IUs of GH per day. I have never gone over 4 IUs. I may be going to 10 IUs on this cycle. But like I said, I don't care what it takes. No holds barred. I'm taking out all the stops. I really don't care if I die. So currently though, I'm at 4 IUs of HGH, taking 2 in the evening, 2 in the morning, trying to stave off the crushing lethargy. I'm on 400 milligrams of nandrolone decanoate, which is, well, for now I'm on 400 milligrams of Deca. I'm on 400 milligrams of Masteron, and I'm on 100 milligrams of Trin E right now. Trin E. I'm probably going to make a video later. This will give you like a little cliffhanger. I'm probably going to make another video later. It's probably going to be like a shorter video describing why Trin Ace is the single greatest drug, compound, hormone, whatever you want to call it, ever made. Trin Ace is absolutely a phenomenal compound. I'll give you another teaser. The reason I say that is because what I've decided to do, I couldn't take the 2-a-day pinning constantly and the roller coaster. The Trin Ace is just, it's a roller coaster ride for me. And so what I decided to do is get a stable amount of Trin E in my system, which at this point is 100 milligrams of Trin E per week stable. And then what I do is on gym nights, not always, but sometimes, like if I had a bad day at work, or like I'm tired, or I'm not really like amped up on my own, I will pin like 5 units of Trin Ace before the gym, and that is enough to just bring you alive, to get your ass in gear, get to the gym, and put down a savage workout. And then for me, like I did it last night, pinned 4 or 5 units at like 6:45, went to the gym, put in a good workout, and then it runs out of my system really quickly. It's not like most guys, they take Trin Ace once a day. I cannot take Trin Ace once a day. By midnight, that shit was gone. I was tired. I went to sleep. No problems at all. So what I'm doing currently is I'm going to be running Trin E to keep a stable amount of about 100 milligrams of Trin in my system. And then I'm just going to use Trin Ace sort of as needed, like a pre-workout drug. Or if I wake up in the morning, I got to go to an early ass meeting at work and I'm dragging ass, Trin Ace. That's the answer to everything. I'm always telling you guys, whatever the situation is, Trin Ace is the answer, Trin is the answer. So we're going to have stable 100 milligrams of Trin, 400 milligrams of Deca, 400 milligrams of Masteron. So we're at 900 milligrams of total androgens currently, and 4 IUs of human growth hormone. I am taking cabergoline at 1/4 milligram EOD. I am taking 500 IUs units, 500 IUs of HCG twice a week. I am taking, that is it. Obviously no AI because I have no testosterone in my cycle. And I'm going to keep my estrogen dose at 0.18 milligrams per week. What I have discovered with my estrogen, and this is unfortunate, but it's true, the estrogen sweet spot for me is high end of normal to where I have no gyno. I have raging libido, but I cry like a lot. Like that's the admission. Unfortunately, I cannot have ideal libido without having the amount of estrogen that I usually, that 0.18 gives me. I need to get a test to find out what that number is. But my wife and I can barely get through. I mean, if we're watching Yellowstone, I mean, it could be anything. Like I could just come unglued and start crying at TV. Songs on the radio, it makes me super highly emotional. I don't love that, but I much prefer to have like no feelings. But when I have no feelings, I don't have optimal libido. When I'm on the verge of crying all the time, my libido's through the roof. And so I asked my wife, are you sure you don't mind me being like a total whiny bee? Just, I can't say the female dog word. That female dog word will get this whole video banned. I can say all kinds of crap on this thing, but I can't say the female dog word. And she's like, no. She likes me to be like emotional. I think she's lying, honestly. What?
I'm not lying.
Help us understand that as men. Like, how can you really not be bothered when we're watching Yellowstone and like take for the example the scene where Rip gets the letter and John calls him his son. See, like I'm getting a little bit verklempt right now, even thinking about it. You know, like how can you respect a man who's like, oh, I'm a trend god. And then it's like,
Because it says you have a range of emotions. That means you can identify with me in some ways. If you have you never had.
But you don't cry.
Yes, I do.
You cry fucking never.
But I tear up.
That's the thing. You tear up. I'm like sitting here watching Rip read this letter. Sorry if you guys haven't seen that show. I'm watching him read this letter, and it starts like the tears start to well in my eyes, and then I try to hold that shit back, and then I'll go every time. I can't cry, and then I'll just I mean, I'm not like sobbing, but like I free flow. I free flow with the teeth that I'm still getting used to.
Yeah, it's all right.
I free flow cry for like a minute. Like it's a full emotional letdown. I hate it, dude. It feels terrible to me.
It doesn't keep you from being the masculine, strong, stoic man you need to be when you need to be that man. So it just gives you an outlet, which seems like a way healthier way to go. And I can identify with that. I can't identify with the other guy very often unless I'm on testosterone and Anavar. And
so just get on testosterone and Anavar.
I don't like it.
Let's do that. You know what? You could just do trin with me.
I don't want to do
And we could just turn off all of you.
I want to be a girl.
Yeah.
I kind of like the girl part.
I like you having girl parts. You know what I mean? The girl parts are good. The girl psychology, not so much.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? I guess I shouldn't say that because I do like the girl psychology when you're not PMDD.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I don't know, man. I don't know. The point is, you guys are like this guy. The point is that the optimal amount of estrogen for me that makes me feel the best, lubricated joints, good libido, good connection to my wife, unfortunately also makes me a whiny little girl and I cry at the dumbest things. So if that's happening to you, man, like I feel you. It is what it is. So that's where we're at. Where we're at is I'm only 6 days. Today would be day 6. So 5 days back in the gym. I haven't even hit everybody. I'm doing legs. I would like to throw that out there. I did legs for the first time, and I don't know how long. Couldn't barely walk. I'm going to keep doing legs because, again, I promised, I'm doing everything I can to get to 265. 265. We're going to get to 265 doing 325. You know, one of the things I was on X the other day, and there's this woman, this disgusting, horrific, terrible woman. I don't know who she is. She weighs 600 pounds. And she was explaining how she wipes her butt with this little wand. And it got me thinking, like, you know, like, if a person can get to 600 pounds of fat, I mean, can I get to 600 pounds of muscle? Can you imagine if you were 5'10", I mean, F 600. Imagine what it would look like if I was 5'10", 450 at 10% body fat. That would be unbelievable. That would be it's got to be. There's somebody in the comments that knows something about medicine. Explain to me, what do you think like on my frame, like if I could, like, is it possible? Could medical science do something where, like, you turn off follistatin inhibition or whatever? Like, could something be created that would allow you to basically have unchecked muscle gain? And if you did that, like, at what point would it no longer, like, would you cease to be able to function? You know, like, because these people literally can't wipe themselves. Some of these, like Jay Cutler at 300 makes me wonder how he was able to. So I'm guessing eventually you're going to have so much muscle on your frame that you're not going to be able to put your arms down. You're not going to be able to walk. Like, I'm just curious, like, what would that maximum level look like? Some of you have been following my son. Today's his birthday. Shout out to Paul, my son. Just turned 14. He's been hitting the gym real hard lately, and he's been following a lot of my advice. And this puberty he's been on has been one hell of a roller coaster ride. This kid has gained, what's he gained?
35 pounds, maybe?
35 pounds.
30 and 9 pounds.
Between the ages of 13 and 14, my son Paul has gained almost 40 pounds and is starting to look rather freakish. Check him out on YouTube, on Instagram. He's also on YouTube, Tomahawk Twizzler. I don't know if he's making bodybuilding content yet, but he's probably gonna have to start. So there you have it. That's the update. I'm rambling way too much. I probably need to do a live. I need to come back and talk about politics and piss off a whole bunch of my audience. But at this point, if you're not on the Trump train, man, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, this has got to be, life has got to be, like, if you're not on the Trump train, I would imagine that life right now must feel like you were living in an actual nightmare. Because the problem for a lot of you anti-Trumpers is he did every single thing he has promised. All the, and more. I mean, and more. He has come forth with everything he has promised, plus some. We're gonna get the MLK, the JFK files coming very soon. There's just no telling what is coming. We got Pete. Congratulations to Pete Hegseth. He was what do they call it? Confirmed to the Supreme Court. He was confirmed to Secretary of Defense. We got Kristi Noem in place, I think yesterday as well. So his cabinet is coming together. That was a big fear of mine, was that he was going to get into office and then not be able to get any of his cabinet in because of low-life pieces of scum like Mitch McConnell, who I cannot tell you how much how can I say this? I mean, I'm just saying, you know, he's been here for a long time, this guy. He's lived a long time, and he has these TIAs where he just like, for like 30 seconds, just checks the fuck out. I mean, the clock's got to be ticking on McConnell, I think. I hope it's ticking. And on that, I will leave you. As always, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.